working together on that. Single back Mahomes, 1st and 10 from his own 17. Long, he's got Hardman wide open, 50, 40-foot race, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown! Kansas City, an 83-yard touchdown strike by the NFL MVP.
Chiefs at Lions, week 4. It all kicks off, of course, tonight with the Eagles visiting the Packers at Lambeau. That's at 8 p.m. Eastern right here on NFL Network. This is Good Morning Football. We're going to get you set for the entire slate of action. Some 0-for-3 teams, some 3-0 teams, and what happens in week 4. We'll tell you right here as we are presented by Bass Pro Shops in New York City, September 25th. My name is Kay Adams, Nate Burleson, Peter Schrager. Of TikTok fame?
Yes. I'm still sweating from that last segment. Patrick Mahomes basketball highlights.
Do you go live on TikTok? Is that what happens?
Yeah, it's
a live thing?
TikTok, TTL.
Nope.
Peter, believe me, you can use your TikToks too.
Okay.
Oh, man.
Kyle
Shots
Brandt,
fired.
shots fired. It's time for the lead block.
Lead block.
That breath joke?
Yeah, I mean, we're across the table. I went with a breath joke. I don't know. I'll take a lap on that one, actually. See you later. Hi, Mom. I liked it. It was all right. Yeah, Peter is the king of comedy over here. I forgot. Undefeated.
No, it's
The Lions. Let's talk about them. You saw the highlights. You were just talking about how great Patrick Mahomes is. He might be the best deep passer this game has ever seen. That would mean that the Lions probably have their work cut out for them. Their hands full against Mahomes and the Chiefs in week 4. And their head coach, Andy Reid, spoke earlier in the week, and he said he's certainly not overlooking Matt Patricia and these Lions on Sunday.
A great opponent here coming up in Detroit. They're playing good football, man. I've had a chance. I kind of moved on from this game yesterday and had a chance to look at the tape, and Patricia's got them fired up and going, man. They're playing real good football, and they're undefeated right now, and that's I've played it up there a couple times, and it's those fans get going up there too. So we got to make sure we have a good week of practice as we get started.
That's right, Martha Ford versus Norma Hunt. I love this one. Yes, up at Ford Field. Nate, Andy Reid basically is saying that your former fans are going to be bringing the noise Sunday against the Chiefs. How do the Lions win this game and then get a ton of respect that they probably deserve early this season?
They're going to have to play very stout on defense, and that's what every team tries to do up against Pat Mahomes. They're the second best in the team at completions completed against them with 54%. So in the passing game, they're walking into this game saying, we can stop just about anybody. But everybody says that when they're going up against Pat Mahomes. I'll specifically talk about one dude. If he has a big day, then his team has a great chance of winning, and that's Darius Slay, Mr. Big Play Slay, who took over that nickname after Calvin Johnson left. And everybody said, hey, young fella, you got to earn it. Well, listen, he's been earning it. My dude has been balling out this year. Only 8 passes completed against him, 17 attempts. Now check out this. If they throw in them 17 times, only 8 passes completed, he has a pick, 3 pass breakups, and a fumble recovery. So he's playing at that shut-down all-pro level right now. And I'll tell you what, with the way that Pat Mahomes throws this ball, he's going to have an opportunity to not just get a pass breakup, but an interception. And if Darius Slay, hey, Slay, if you get a pick, you can't just get a pick and run out of bounds. You need to score. Defense needs to score in the game versus these guys, because not only does it snatch the momentum away from the Kansas City Chiefs, but it also puts points on the board.
We talk about Mahomes 18 times a day in a 3-hour show.
Sure.
We never talk about Matthew Stafford. You can talk Darius Slay and big plays on defense and Matthew Patricia and that being his specialty all day long, but you call Matt Stafford the Carmelo Anthony of the NFL, and his rap sheet is that he cannot beat great competition in big games.
Yeah, the Carmelo thing is just unbelievably talented, a lot of respect from around the league, but just doesn't win the big games. It's interesting because I'm trying not to exaggerate here. I really am. If they win this game, I think it'll be one of the biggest regular season wins in the history of the Detroit Lions. I really mean that because of what it means and what it symbolizes. One of my close friends is a huge Packers fan. I always check in with him. We have this great text chain, and I would say, Bears, what do you think? Defense is crazy. Vikings, what do you think? Blah, blah, blah. Every time we get to the Lions, his response for years is always, it's the Lions. It's just 3 words. It doesn't matter what they're doing. He's like, it's the Lions. They don't worry me. Nate, Darius Slay better have a hell of a game because you can go from big play to flambe real fast against this team. And the work isn't done. Lions fans already know this. Let's say they shock the world. By Lambeau, Vikings, it's a big slate. But if they beat Mahomes and they conquer him, This team's hadn't had one playoff win in 5 some odd decades. Be one of the biggest regular season wins ever because it would be dignity, respect, talk about us. The 7A team, that'd be them.
You know what scares me? Patrick Mahomes scares me. And Patrick Mahomes is off to an amazing start to his career, an amazing start to this season.
Right.
Do you guys know his record when he plays indoors, in domes, in regular season and
No,
postseason?
tell me.
Do you know? Let's take a look at the numbers here because it's actually staggering how good he is. He's never played indoors in a game.
Oh.
He's never played indoors in a game.
That cannot be
So
true.
he's always played in the elements.
crazy.
All of those yards. He had a preseason game last year against the Falcons where he threw. The last time Mahomes played in a regular season or postseason game indoors was against Baylor in a college football game.
How'd it go?
Let's see how it went. Oh, I don't know.
This is not good.
He went for 586 and 6 tugs. This was what he did. This is what we're dealing with. First game ever, regular season or postseason indoors. No elements to worry about. Mahomes is going to have a field day. Can you imagine Mahomes if he was one of these dome quarterbacks at the Superdome every weekend with those fans? I know the Lions have a good defense, and I know I've been hyping up Matt Patricia's boys. This is a different satellite coming into that building. This is not any other quarterback. This is unlike anything we've seen, and this is the first time he's indoors. Woo!
I'm shook.
What do you
Get ready.
make of that?
I'm absolutely
What do you make
shook.
of that?
You know, I feel like he's going to play well. But keep in mind,
Nate, this
Matt
is like Michael
Stafford-
Phelps that always swam in the ocean and now he's getting into a pool.
This is red.
But
Yeah.
The Lions did beat Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady last year in one season. So I'm just saying, keep that in mind.
They don't beat Mahomes, fam.
It's like a huge statement win if these Lions can pull it off.
I don't put those guys'
Imagine.
names in Mahomes' conversation.
What a nugget.
Nope, not right now.
Well, if he gets the win, we'll be saying Matthew Stafford's name a lot more around here. Let's move on to the AFC East now. Let's get a little refresher on how the Buffalo Bills made their way to 3-0, and that's their start to the season. Take a look.
Now he's pressured, being chased down, and he drops him. Shaq Lawson and Lorenzo Alexander put the pressure on him, and they got him. Singletary left side, inside the 5, into the end zone. Touchdown, Buffalo. Devin Singletary, the motor.
Hyde did such an unbelievable job of getting in there and ripping that ball out. You win, you can celebrate, man. You can celebrate. You work hard for this. I don't care if you win by 1 point or 100 points. You work hard for this.
Bills are on fire. The Buffalo Bills hosting the also undefeated, also on fire, New England Patriots on Sunday. And head coach Sean McDermott addressed the fact that the Pats have not yet given up an offensive touchdown. Look.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. You know, I don't think I've ever been around that, ever heard of that to this point in the season. You know, I'm very early on my film process at this point, but I mean, with what they're doing and how they're doing it, and you know, playing really well with a bunch of good players, and you know, doing some really, really cool things on defense.
Yeah, I'll say.
If I could pick a game to be at this weekend, I think it'd be that one. Those 3-0 teams, that atmosphere, all of that energy. Not many people are surprised. The Patriots, of course, off to an undefeated start. I feel like a few people are surprised that the Bills are. Let's just take this from the Bills' perspective. Let's just get behind Sean McDermott here for argument's sake and talk about how they can take down this Patriots team. What's the key?
They got to score a touchdown. It's really huge. You know what the name is that keeps coming to mind? Damian Williams of the Kansas City Chiefs, the last guy to score a touchdown on the New England Patriots in the title game. They got to score. They're not winning this game 9-6. And Josh Allen, quite simply, can't mess up. Josh Allen's rap right now is we all love him and he's physical and he's a leader. He has a couple big mess-ups every game. Even this season, undefeated against that Jets, 2 picks, 2 fumbles. Last week against the Bengals, pick, 2 fumbles. He's played 5 clean games in his career. No turnovers. They're 4-1. I think that if he fumbles, he turns it over, it's over. I think he has to play an immaculate game because the Pats defense is too good.
I want to see him unleash that running ability a little bit more. We've seen it so far this season, but there were games last year where he had 90-plus yards on the ground, sort of doing his thing and freelancing out there. I want to see that as a key to this one.
They all have to play well, all the Bills, and history is obviously on the Patriots side. I will say this, despite being 3-0 and blowing out every opponent and having the best defense in NFL history on pace for at least, the Patriots have a weakness right now, and I'm being dead serious here. With Antonio Brown not there and Julian Edelman dealing with an injury and Josh Gordon still finding his sea legs and was taken out of that second game, if you watch those. This is their receivers, and those 2 guys in yellow, one of them didn't play on Sunday, and I'm not sure Matt Lacoste is going for 150 and 2 touchdowns. But there is a talent issue at the receiver position, and I know they always find a way, but that is not some star-studded list. And I'm telling you, at some point, that might catch up with them. And they have to get in a shootout. So if the Patriots are in one of these games where it's 21-21 at the end of the third quarter and it's going back and forth, I trust Brady. I trust that he'll be able to get Edelman if he's on the field. I don't know who else is there. Josh Gordon looked great in moments. Is he going to be that dog, that Gronk fill-in that he can always go to? Because those guys, for the most part, outside of Edelman, are completely untested and have not been that guy. So as the season progresses, I think that might be an issue if they don't acquire somebody and make a difference, and one of those guys steps up huge.
And since the beginning of last year, the Bills do have the #1 total defense from the beginning of 2018 till now.
Last weekend, Jacoby Myers, at the end of that game, came in, and I think they were giving him reps because they know that he's going to have to make an impact moving forward with guys being banged up. This is David and Goliath. You know, the defense for the Bills is good. Let's not get that misunderstood. Tre'Davious White, one of our favorite players, he is always around the ball. But David and Goliath, when you look at that situation, David slaying that rock and hit him dead in his head, and Goliath went down. The Patriots aren't Goliath. That rock is coming in.
A slip in the rock?
They're going to be able to dodge any type of shot that you take them. They don't have to play well, like we're all saying, but it has to be consistent from first quarter all the way to fourth. The moment you take your eye off of what the goal is, which is winning this game, you make a mistake, it's over. It is. That's what the Patriots do. They take advantage of your mistakes, and they flip it, and before you know it, the game is out of reach.
We haven't put up so many points in bunches on offense. That's what I think we're going to have to see in this. And there's a lot of great games, but just to put a total bow on Week 3, we've got to give out the awards.
Oh, this is so fun.
I mean, Josh Allen and Tom Brady both should play like Daniel Jones did.
They really
in
should.
Week 3, his first NFL start, could he take home the NFC Player of the Week crown? We'll go offense, defense, special teams, and it's time to get your lineup set. We've got a wide receiver edition of Fantasy Face-Off next. Who do I like more than Odell Beckham Jr.? Maybe this guy.
Ooh, what's up?
Odell's got Marlon Humphrey, your boy. No thanks.
Marlon Humphrey, very good.
Peter, you got a good list there? Brady doesn't have enough weapons?
Hey, who you throwing?
What's the deal?